Life is Strange polarized the gaming community with its approach to a narrative-based, character-driven story. A lot of the fire from players focused on the voice acting and dialogue, mainly the characters' liberal use of somewhat outdated words and phrases.
We would all be hella best friends forever.
While personally I think the game has some flaws, like that god-awful lip-syncing, I enjoyed my experience overall. Life is Strange seemed to be universally praised for its story and time-traveling mechanic. And while those aspects of it are great, what appealed to me most was how it portrayed anxiety. Mental illness, while not the most talked about topic in games, certainly is no stranger to the medium. Metal Gear Solid deals with mental illness with bosses, maybe most notably the Fury from Snake Eater who suffers from PTSD after a horrific space incident. While a heavily weighted topic like mental illness is hard to sell to higher-ups in major developments of games, indie devs have taken hold of the topic, using the medium as a platform to express their own struggles. The average everyday adventures of Samantha Brown is an incredibly important look at how anxiety can affect small, everyday tasks like cooking dinner in a small communal kitchen. Honestly, pick this game up. It's free on Steam and will take you like 15 minutes. It's a good way to understand how some people struggle with ordinary, everyday tasks. While I don't claim to know what Don't Nod's intentions of dealing with depression and anxiety were with Life is Strange, I do want to discuss my takeaway from the experience and how it resonated with me. Life is Strange hit a bunch of very different and deeply personal notes. From the very start, I was immediately able to identify with Max and her position. As someone who moved around a lot growing up, and sometimes wound up back where I started, the feeling of going home to see old friends connected instantly. It's that sobering realization that your friends have lives outside of you.
Man, I had no idea. Well, you never made much effort to find out.
Which means they've moved on. It was all very real to me right away. I understand this is a very niche position for a lot of people, but to me it felt good to finally be able to relate to a video game about something I struggled with a lot growing up. And that sense of always moving and never really belonging snowballed into something that I still deal with to this day, which is depression and anxiety. And these are topics that are difficult to properly discuss and portray well in any type of media, let alone video games. It's so often romanticized in movies and televisions that it almost seems desirable to be sad. While depression encapsulates a lot more than just feeling down, that's the way it's represented in most media, as a problem that you can get out of if you meet your soulmate or get your dream job. Life is Strange handles depression the best out of most things I've experienced, interactive or otherwise.
I wonder if Chloe is taking those pills. I hope she's okay.
Little details like Max not making a big deal out of finding Chloe's medication goes a long way to help tear down the stigma surrounding mental illnesses. While playing through Max's story of saving Arcadia Bay, there was always this tense air of anxiousness with every choice made. Unlike most decision-based games, the time travel mechanic allowed you to go back on every moment to change your outcome. This could be seen as making the game too easy, but I think it adds to the feeling of anxiety. Was what I did right? Fuck, let me change it. Oh no, should I do that or go back again? It's a feeling someone who suffers from anxiety knows all too well. Second guessing yourself at every turn, and wondering if what you did was the right thing. It's amplified here with the ability to actually go back and change your choice as many times as you'd like, letting you sit in a cycle of, was that the right choice? It puts the player in Max's shoes of doubting everything. Even with all her power, she still feels powerless. And that is an all too accurate reflection of what it's like to deal with anxiety. A lot of my personal anxiety reflects the feelings that most choices gave me. A constant back and forth between wondering if what you said was the right thing or did I just fuck every little thing up. These choices accumulated themselves in the final chapter, when Max enters her dream state reality. Every choice manifests itself, confronting her with everything you've done. It's an incredibly hard weight to carry through the last moments of the game, and honestly it made me feel like shit. While hard to stomach, the subject matter itself didn't give me this feeling. It was the familiarity. I was playing the video game version of my sleepless nights, navigating the memories of every bad choice I've made, overthinking every decision that led me to where I am today. It just so happens Life is Strange reflected a lot of what I see in myself. Sure, I don't relate to Max in some ways, but the whole moving away only to return and feeling the weight of everything that led you to where you are really hit home for me in a way I think no game will be able to emulate again. Life is Strange was a surprisingly unique experience, one I'm incredibly grateful to have had, if for no other reason than to know that I'm not alone, even if that comfort comes from the fictional character of Max Caulfield. If nothing else, I hope that this video and my experiences helps open a forum of discussion about the topic. I know videos like this exist, such as the one by my friend Chadunda, but keeping that momentum going is something I think is important, so please, if you feel like you need to talk to someone about whatever is going on in your life, reach out. I'll leave a list of places to seek help from in the description.